Hi, teachers. Today we're doing week 5 lessons. All right, how can you be a champion of change again? But this time in your local community. Last week we looked at global solutions for our plastic problems and social justice. Today we're looking at local things that you can do in your own neighborhoods. So, again, that's our goal for this week. I can identify ways I can help right here where I live. So we have a first video for you is how can you recycle at home? What things can be recycled, what things cannot be recycled. And you'll notice that we have a picture up here where some packaging, right, when you buy stuff, is even coming instructions on what you can and cannot recycle in the things that you buy straight from the store. So in the packaging themselves, they're telling you how you can actually recycle your own stuff. So step one, you can recycle at home. All right, step two, what can you do to help the environment? Is change your buying habits, the things that you purchase. And we've listed here things that we've already talked about, things that the kids noticed the other day. I'll listen them out. Maybe you guys have discussion about that. Okay. Also, remember microbeads. Those are the nurdles that are floating around in the ocean, stuff like that. We have to be careful of these. And there is polyethylene. That is a plastic, and that is in our scrubs and our soaps. So maybe buy soaps that don't have that included in there. All right. Miss Johnson, over the course of the summer, has really changed her house habits. And here's an example of what she used in her house. She took a picture of her stuff. She listed down below what you see in the picture. Okay. But like instead of using a disposable bag for your sandwiches, she uses reusable ones for her kids to go to school for sandwiches. Okay. Instead of using plastic wrap like saran wrap, she uses a beeswax type layer that's stretchable and reusable. It's pretty interesting. She uses soap containers that are made out of glass that are reusable, to refillable, so she doesn't just have to buy a new soap container every week. Um, so, a couple interesting things she lists on here what they are, and you can read about them before you talk about them. All right. Now, the third thing you can do is be an activist in your local community. Here's a story about how one man took his local beach and started cleaning it up one piece at a time until a year later, it went from one person to 5 people to 10 people to thousands of people now cleaning up this beach. And now the beach looks amazing and clean again. So be an activist. Here's another town that works real hard to keep a zero waste. Everything they use gets reused and recycled. All right. And it all started again with one person trying to set a new trend in their town. We have seen from many places around the world, all right, how people are working as local activists. Okay. Do you think it's possible, based off that video that we just watched, that we in America can live a zero waste lifestyle? Is that something we can do based off of what we just saw in the last video? Do you think the United States Congress should make a rule and a law that we must live a zero waste lifestyle? In the next video, you'll see how there is a movement in San Francisco. Their goal is to be the very first town or city to be 100% zero waste. All right, they already have an initiative moving in that direction. All right, there's a video here at the top right corner. It explains their entire movement over the course of the years and where they're trying to get to. It's pretty interesting. They do lots of composting. There are 3 garbage cans outside everybody's house. They have recycling, they have trash, and they have compost. And compost is picked up twice a week, whereas in regular trash is only picked up once a week. So that's pretty interesting. Have a discussion. Okay, after watching that movie, what do you or your community do to recycle? All right, what more can be done to cycle more predominantly? Okay, so take what we learned from San Francisco. Should that be implemented here in Connecticut? Fourth thing you can do, okay, is you can join a local organization. Sean and I have gone around. These are places here in the greater New Haven area that work and strive hard to improve our local environment, okay, especially in the way of plastics, okay. The Connecticut River Conservation, the Hamden Land Trust, East Haven Land Trust, the Save the Sound organization. Here are the links and the resources. If the kids are interested, they can go click on one of these and find out later how they can help, because every one of these places here is looking for local volunteers to help them. but they all have a component where they do cleanup days. All right. Finding Nemo. All drains lead to the ocean. That when we see plastics laying around, don't just leave it on the ground. Use the Literati app, pick them up, because drains. This is a picture in Milford. Sean took this picture. It actually says right here that drains lead to waterways of Long Island Sound. So if you see trash on the ground and it rains heavy like it is right now outside, where's that trash going to go? It's going to go down the drain and straight to the ocean. All right, so pick it up before it gets there. Maybe you still don't know what to do. Okay, we just listed 4 things you can do at the local level to help out your community. Maybe you still don't know what to do. Okay, teachers down here, we have the link to this. Okay, share it with your students. They can go to this page and they can take a quiz. And in taking this quiz, it'll give them ideas that they could also do to help out. All right, it's fun, it's interactive, it's pretty simple, it's pretty quick. Maybe after they take the quiz, have a time to talk. Hey, what did you get for a result from your quiz? What did you get? Is that something you're interested in? All right, have some discussions about it. This is a picture here near West Haven Beach. All right, there are currently around Connecticut and around North America signs. You maybe have seen them, no littering signs, that you can get fines. Should local governments increase the amount of fines that people get for littering? I mean, you just drive down the street, you see people throw stuff out the window all the time. I see it probably at least once or twice a week, people throwing cigarette butts or trash out the window. Should local law enforcement get involved and hand out stiffer fines for littering? Have a class discussion about that. Okay. Now our challenge for the week. Okay. On the bottom we have a link here. This link goes to our Padlet. All right, let me show you the Padlet. Here it is. This is something that Sean and I put together. It is basically a list of all the locations that we have talked about over the last 5 weeks. And all of our environmental justice discussions, these are different locations around the world that we have looked at, and we have linked them and talked about them. And if you click on one, like this one here takes you back to the Great Garbage Patch, okay, with a video link to it. We have also included many, many other locations that we didn't have time to talk about, like Australia and their massive garbage problem that they have going on. Over here, we have the world's largest dump site in the world from the Cold War. It is massive. It's bigger than the entire state of Connecticut. They are currently trying to clean it up, and here's the process of them trying to clean it up. So what we want to do is we want the students to come to this map, click on a few of these sites. We have in Google Classroom for them this little template to fill out. We want them to fill out a reflection. So we want them to click on 3 different places, study them, just learn about them, just have fun exploring, and then do a quick thing. So name 3 places you went to, state 2 things that surprised you, and then what is one question or comment that you would like to have answered about those places or those things that you learned. So we want them to just explore what else is going on in the world around them. All right, that is week 5, and this is nearing the end of our plastic problems solutions that we're investigating. We have 1 week left. So teachers, I hope that is helpful and that's a good overview. Again, if you have questions, feel free to reach out to me.